Why hello there, my fellow brothers, sisters, gamers, and anime lovers. Buster here again with our reaction video. And yes, we are back to my fellow pimps with Fleekazoid Reacts. So basically, we are gonna make fun of another dumbass game who basically attack people for criticizing it and basically make a mockery of what the game originally was. I don't know why certain companies just remake games and then ruins it with so much BS and nonsense non-stop and pissing on the people who were supposed to buy it. Like, that's ruining your business 101. Change the product, false advertise, and then mock anyone who disagrees with you, basically your customers, and call them names, insult them. What a load of crap. So, if you're wondering, catfishing is killing gaming, Dragon Age the Veilguard Roast. Let's see what they... It's time to make fun of it. And I heard that the team that handled this was the very same team that was handling Mass Effect, which is... How did you come from this to this? It's like completely and utterly... The quality is so poor that you thought another studio or an indie, sorry for the indie studios out there, the quality of indie studio with low budget, but instead it costs billions of dollars or millions of dollars, which is a joke. Even, let's say, Lethal Company would have performed better than this. I think it did.
Pimps, I am back! You've probably been wondering where I went. Well, I've been correcting the timeline, ensuring that everything is as it should be. And although I won't say the correction of the timeline was all me, I will say that none of this could have happened without me. I would never say that I'm the whole car. I play a very small part in this. The engine.
Oh my
but now,
gosh.
speaking of cars, imagine if I pretended to be a Ferrari salesman, sold you an Enzo, and then handed you the keys to a Ford Taurus. Imagine if Tom Cruise reached out to you through email and told you that only you could save Mission Impossible 20 by sending him $200 in iTunes gift cards. Imagine if a very real Kate Upton matched with you on Tinder and then plied you into sending her $2,000 to her offshore account at the Punjab National Bank. And imagine, if you will, your favorite game company brings back a franchise you love for a fantastic return to roots. Surely all of these are real. Real Tom Cruise, real Kate Upton, real return to roots. Except they're not, you dumb bitch. All of these are catfishing scams and you couldn't even spot them. Don't worry, you may be stupid, but you're not alone.
Hold on, isn't false advertising actually illegal? Don't tell me it's legal in other countries, because that would be dumb. That would be actually dumb. Hey, the voice guy, thank you for subscribing. What the hell? Dude, that's... You can't just advertise something and provide something else, which that is just one-way ticket to freaking jail, in all honesty. That's ripping people off. How are they allowed to... Alright, Kenneth Padden, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, why is that even allowed? I know it's illegal in my country. Don't tell me it's legal in the West. What a load of crap.
Just in 2023, consumers were catfished out of $2.7 billion. How did that happen? Is that all just grandma getting scammed by Indian guys pretending to be Bill Gates? Maybe that makes up for about $1.7 billion. But where's the other $1 billion in imposter scams coming from? I'll tell you where it's coming from.
Alright, question everyone. If you understand I don't know, this happened to him. Why did Bill Gates got a pie to the face? What did he do?
$7 billion, but where's the other $1 billion in imposter scams coming from? I'll tell you where it's coming from. The AAA out of $2.7 billion. How did that happen? Is that all just grandma getting scammed by Indian guys pretending to be Bill Gates?
What? And no one stopped that guy? You saw someone holding a pie and it's hiding behind a column. Why did security not do anything to that? Right in the kisser.
Maybe that makes up for about $1.7 billion, but where's the other $1 billion in imposter scams coming from? I'll tell you where it's coming from. The AAA gaming industry. The AAA gaming industry is the third biggest catfishing operation behind Indian call centers and Snapchat filters. They just cannot stop themselves from bringing back old IPs that they killed off, only to just make whatever the fuck they want anyways with no regard for the original formula. And the people that get left holding the bag bag are the fans, because they show up on launch day to buy a new entry from their favorite franchise, only to discover that this shit couldn't be any further from the original. Like swiping right on Beyonce and showing up only to see Big Mama. They have been catfished. But at least they can look forward to the next Fable game. Psych! Hey, look, a new God of War game. Psych! Hey, look, another Saints Row game. Psych! Another Dragon Age game. Psych! A new Assassin's Creed game. Psych! Oh, hey, sorry for catfishing you just then. Here's an actual return to roots. We're very sorry about that. Double psych! FromSoft fans, just click off the video already. You wouldn't understand. With your constant stream of great games that stick to a form.
Hold on, what was that? What was that? Tiny freeze frame.
Click off the video already. You wouldn't understand.
Hold on, I saw that. I want to see what that is. Where is the speed? Let's lower it a bit. Slow it down to 25. Let's see what happens. Oh, I saw it for a split. Come on! It's about what the frick, man?
With your constant stream of great games that stick to a formula you love, you lucky buddy. You wouldn't understand. With your constant stream of great games that stick to a formula you love, you lucky bastards. I wish I loved CBT so I could bask in this glory with you. FromSoft is so dedicated to not catfishing their fans that if they change the formula even a little bit, they change the name of the game as well. If this was Ubisoft, these would all be called Dark Souls. You guys have it so good that you have to catfish yourselves. Remember, it's about persistence. And you know what that means,
what is that, subliminal messaging?
Remaster announcement coming December 12th at 8:14 p.m. Get your sacrifices ready. And that leads me to another form of catfishing, the Bethesda type of catfishing. This is when they use their name and their history to dig into that nostalgic mud vein of yours, trying to transfer the clout from their old games to their new ones.
How Starfield?
We're Obsidian, we're Rocksteady. Remember all those games we made and you loved back when you were happy and before you only got to see Daddy on the weekends? Well, this is brought to you by the same people that brought you that. Except it is not. This game was made by the same logo that made those good old games, the people that made them lift the logo 10 years ago and got replaced by a bunch of Jaguar drivers. And they try to tell me that there's still staff on board from the original game. Who? The fucking janitor? Let's play a fun little game real quick. What if I told you the baker behind Bayonetta and Nier Automata was making another game? You'd probably throw 70 singles up in the air and see where they land, right? They would land on Babylon's Fall. What if I told you the guys behind Dishonored were cooking up something new? You'd probably think it's at least a 7 out of 10, right? Redfall. And what if I told you the creator of New Vegas was making a new game? You'd probably be very interested in what deep RPG they're cooking up next. In New Vegas, you had 3 different flavors of 50 cal. I mean, where can we go from here? The resounding answer, backward. Now your sniper rifle and your grenade launcher share gun enthusiasts' favorite caliber, heavy ammo. As it turns out, if you duct tape 8 rounds of 308 together, it turns into a grenade launcher shell. It's a regular war zone out here. Nobody is who they say they are. The other day, I reunited with THQ, only to reach down her pants and grab a handful of Nord dick. Turns out THQ went defunct in 2013, and Nordic bought it a year later so they could parade it around like Lincoln's corpse. Who does that?
No wonder THQ were crappy. Before THQ was with Warhammer 40K, and then suddenly it changed so much. Like, what the hell just happened? They're also, I think THQ was also involved in Company of Heroes. I don't remember correctly. Am I correct? I don't want to pop up another freaking website and just interrupt the recording, but I did notice the slight drop of freaking quality.
Austrians. And if you think that's bad, now they're using entire genres to catfish. RPG used to be a proper category. It used to stand for something. It used to mean shitty combat and a fuck ton of player choice. These days I buy an RPG and I end up in 40 hours of therapy. And not even as the therapied on, but as the therapist. Take me back to telling Alistar he has no bitches. I don't want to be here. Which brings us to Dragon Age the Veilguard. A game so good that as soon as the post-launch clarity hit, all the launch day reviewers flipped and called it dog shit. I'm calling it now. Veilguard is the biggest catfish of the generation. Not only does Veilguard not resemble a Dragon Age game, it doesn't resemble a BioWare game, it doesn't resemble an RPG. And how can you even look me in my eyes and call this a fantasy game when there isn't a single dwarf being racist towards an elf in this piece of shit? You
knife-eared pipe cleaner.
Let's get a round of applause for BioWare, everyone. Rarely do you see
Seriously?
incompetence done this right. This is generational incompetence, truly once in a lifetime. Veilguard is like Dragon Age for Cocoa Melon fans. It came into my home, beat my eyes, bounced them off the walls, then threw them down the stairs and treated my eardrums like trampolines. It's like they took everything that made Dragon Age and decided to do the polar opposite.
Was that
Am
in
I
the game?
shocked by this? No, everything I said in my first video was right. And I knew it would be right.
Don't give it
because
to
the
Kevin,
gaming
dog.
industry has catfished me so many times before. That being said, I'm still waiting
Freaking
for
leaning
Soldier 2
over
to
the
finish getting
freaking,
patched up, so fuck it, let's
wall
clown
and
on this
just-
for a bit while I wait. That means I got probably about a year left on this review. First off, the combat is every bit as enthralling, engaging, and incredible as I thought it'd be. Why not build on the classic CRPG Tord wrangling combat as fans have been asking for since the second game? Fuck the fans, nobody plays CRPGs anymore. But when I play
I
this,
see
I
you
feel like
covering
I'm
that
experiencing a
Baldur's
new level of strategic depth as I combine fast-paced attacks, parries, and dodges to exploit my enemy's weakness, stone railings. But none of this would have been possible without my loyal sewing
Mapping.
circle. I'm joking, of course. They are completely useless outside of the one skill wheel use I get from them every 45 seconds. I understand now why they made them invincible. They are total morons.
What?
This
What?
game must
Come
take
back and
place
fight.
in 1986 before Street Fighter invented the combo, because these dumbass companions practice the ancient art of hitting these motherfuckers one time for 11 damage in the most elaborate way possible,
Whoa.
then wandering off. Somebody
basically-
hand me a towel so I can throw it in. This is the type of shit that happens when you turn off
Just
natural
one whack and
selection,
fuck off.
and that's why I just stick to the reliable ranged fighters like farting.
How? How the frick do you miss that? They were all together and you missed one shot of... At least graze them a bit. What the frick was that? Did you actually... Alright, I saw that HP decrease. Was it because of the arrow or was it just because of... It was already there before the arrow was shot. What kind of... The opposite of a marksman. What's the opposite of a marksman? Blind as a bat. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with that one. How in the flying... AI? And we're saying AI is dangerous AI. If this is the standard of AI, we got nothing to worry about. We don't have to worry about Skynet or freaking the Borg. If this is the equivalence of AI. Look at that. Look at this idiot. Missing everything.
Harding's right. This requires a good scout.
I'll take care of it.
No.
As for the writing on these
Just
companions,
gets
what
rid of
can I
her.
say that hasn't already been said by everybody for the last month? It's 35 to 100 hours of 8 people with negative riz delivering dialogue that has been safety screened into ash. The CIA should put all this dialogue into a montage and use it to break captives. These friendships sound like they were written by people who have never had friends. Where's the ball busting? Where's the disagreements?
If you want to bed me, you have only to ask.
What? Draw your weapon and say that again.
I jest, my foul-smelling friend. You are only slightly less attractive to me than a slime-filled pool of swamp water.
The eerie constant positivity and wooden lime
So
reads makes me feel like I'm in the Manson family, not a found family. They want you to all be bestest friends so badly that they provide no way to antagonize or lose your companions until the very end when they went,
Give
oh
me a
shit,
moment.
that's right, we're a BioWare game. I chose to give this man's hometown full-blown AIDS, and 3 hours later we're chopping it up about his coffee recipes like it never even happened. And don't even get me started on Tosh. She...
Actually, Tosh uses them for themselves now.
They asked us to let folks know, so now you do.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you for telling me. Tosh, you up for it?
Yup.
You don't ever interrupt God!
What the hell was that in the last one?
Tosh,
If you give everyone the wrong job in the finale and don't do the cycling stick. Oh, I remember that. I think I remember a video about that. It's been a while since I watched it. Really? Okay, I can get that. I can get that in an objective sense. I'm a completionist, so I always finish all the objectives and finish all the side quests. I don't leave any stone unturned whenever I play an RPG. That's just how I am. So, yeah, I doubt that I'll fail that one. Unless if I hate them so much that I would purposely not do the quests.
You up for it? Yup.
Unlike Fleet right
You don't
now.
ever interrupt God's mistake, Ladir, when he's talking. Anyone else? And that leads me to another thing I want to talk about. These puzzles. All these puzzles are piss baby easy. In my entire time playing the game, there was only one that I couldn't figure out. Who the hell am I? Somebody please tell me who the fuck I am. Some people have the gender card. I have the gender deck. Some people call me bro. Some people call me she. And on the back end, I'm God's mistake, Ladir. Man, she, her, to look at. I think I actually found out what happened when I tried to join my soul sister Tosh and becoming a free agent.
You
I think I
actually do that
hit
yourself?
the factory reset button and became a man again. Look at that. Another Veilguard puzzle solved in less than 60 seconds. I never should have looked in that mirror. Speaking of which, I know we've already talked about the budget cuts in the last video, but let's all blow our pipes for a second to mourn the loss of Isabella's massive milkers.
She's an old character?
Now, for the record, I was planning to do more side quests, but then I found out you get the best ending by not doing any of them. If you neglect every companion's quest line, you unlock a special ending where everyone dies. Let me think about if I want to do that real quick.
I don't understand why you're bringing so many books.
I don't see what your
We're only
objections
going
are.
for 2 days. Emmerich wants to see more Ferelden, so we're
dear
going
Harvey,
camping.
a
And he's
gentleman
treating it like
is
you have to in every demo. Across the street,
Soul!
Oh my god.
When they did this in Mass Effect 2, it was pretty depressing when my companions died because I liked them. Here, it's cathartic. I invited my whole family to watch this shit over Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm not just talking my immediate family, I'm talking cousins, in-laws,
Why is there
their
an Emperor's
pugs.
Children that...
I invited the whole flock of pimps, Fleek Harvey, Dr. Philique, Fleek Fietti, Preachazord,
Jingle bells, jingle
Fleek Jones, Fleek Rogan,
Excuse me, can I please bite a chunk out of that apple?
a Canadian guy,
Everyone's
Fat
just...
Albert, dog, get your big ass in here. Can't fit through the door? Ah, another year of unemployment, you'll be able to squeeze in just fine.
No!
over the fields we go.
You can come in too, SFS Fleek.
Merry Christmas, Xbox.
Alright. Now that was an abrupt ending, but everyone's basically toast. Thank you for making noise. Great job, asshole. Yeah. I would be surprised if numerous amount of people do make a montage of everyone just basically getting off in this freaking video game, because judging by how the conversation is, it feels annoying to listen to. Like, it's not a conversation. It feels like a freaking argument nonstop. It's just, can you frick off? Sorry about that. Yeah. Fleek, you have the gift of making people laugh with your freaking sense of humor. I just can't believe that this guy can get away with doing some of the things you do, because we all know in YouTube, it's basically a minefield, and stepping on one, your legs gets blows off. But still, hope you guys enjoyed this one. More Fleekazoid videos will be on its way to the channel. I'll try my best to get to you, because it's been raining non-stop, and I don't know if I'm gonna be uploading this today, tomorrow, or if the rain will freaking finally stop and let me just do my thing, but I digress. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, hope to see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon on the next video. Be there or be freaking square.